take hold of land to justify your military operations, using this military power to foster that hatred and create the kind of bitterness that you know, predictably, will come back in one form or another, will then, of course, justify your continuing response, which you know you're always going to be able to win. So it's a great manipulation. At the same time, I myself try to put myself in the position of Hamas and the people of Palestine, and I ask actually the people in the West, in particular British and American people, regularly in conversation, I ask them to ponder the possibility that, say for instance the United States, the most powerful nation in the history of our world, say for instance it's not the most powerful nation, in fact it's relatively weak, and a nation from halfway around the world decides to invade America, and in doing so kills a large percentage of the population, steals its land, and all of this is done based on lies. Now what would we do in the United States or in Britain? What would we do in that case? I know full well what we would do in America and Britain. I know that we would fight with every single weapon we had at our disposal. I know that we would have no mercy at all with any of our brothers or sisters who collaborated with the invader and occupier. So I see what Hamas is doing, and what I see Hezbollah having done, what I see the Iraqis doing, is exactly what we would do, what I would do if my nation was being invaded and what our people were experiencing the same level of pain and suffering. But unfortunately, this is the trap. This is the trap. And that trap continues the cycle of violence, so we must be intelligent. Where do we go from here is, I think, the question we must be looking at more than acknowledging yet another crime. We know what Israel does. We know. Look at it. There's no humanity at all. Where do we go from here is what I think we should be addressing at this point.
In addressing that point, you mentioned where do we go from here. What do you think the Obama administration would do?
I don't think, unfortunately, that there is any indication that the Obama administration is going to be any way markedly different than George Bush. In fact, I think that the Obama administration in many respects is far more dangerous because it's the enemy you don't know. And I'll quote Malcolm X when he was asked about the presidential elections back in the 60s between Barry Goldwater, who was an out-and-out racist, and you knew it, and Lyndon Johnson, who was the left-wing liberal. He was asked which one he preferred, and it seemed to be an obvious question, but he answered by saying, well, it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't. And he asked, also, he made a comment about progress. We think we're making progress with Obama. What I see is actually a knife that's being stuck 6 inches in, and if you pull it out 3 inches, is that progress? I don't see Obama as giving any indication with his Zionist chief of staff, with his Zionist vice president, with Hillary Clinton ready to obliterate Iran if necessary. How is that in any way indicative of an administration that's going to be anything but the same old tired story? And ultimately, I think those of us who are waiting, those who are waiting for Obama, the savior, are sadly mistaken. It's not going to happen.